Hello everyone. I have a couple of tricks here I wanted to share on how to get your percussion loops to sound very distinct so they don't sound too generic, like percussion loops typically should. This is obviously really important, particularly if you're a trap producer. So take a listen to these bongos. Now, when I play it to the beat, it just doesn't sound great, does it? I mean, it's mostly because of the transient peaks of the bongos. You know, I'm running it up against, hi-hats. It just doesn't work. And I start adding tonal instrument sounds, and it's just nothing. There's nothing interesting. So I obviously want to give the bongos more character, but I also want to shave off the attack. I'm going to do that by using LFO Tool here. It's got a filter on it, the reverb filter. So listen to what happens to the signal now. So that's playing with the resonance, but I want to automate the amount of the filter. So you can hear a kind of scraping sound. So now we've got something completely different. It doesn't sound like bongos anymore. And all the attack is gone. So now let's try it out with a beat. And you can hear it has lesser transient sound, so it creates that sonic headroom for the hi-hat. And you can also put an envelope follower on formant. Creating a very wonky kind of wet sound. So these things dramatically change the sound. All of a sudden you have something a little more interesting. So let's see how it works in context. But you can also take it one step further, render the track and pitch it up. So it occupies that mid-band frequency range. So now we have a very weird sound, like a tin can or a sheet of metal being shaken or something. And then you can apply formant. And it don't sound like bongos no more. And this is a common technique, particularly in trap music, where you automate the formant. Method number 2, this is using multi-band distortion. So we're going to take the same bongo track add distortion to the mid-tempos, bring down the lows. So this is going in the opposite direction. This is more a transient sound. But when you do something like this and create something quite thin, you need to well, render a second track at a widener on it, and then bring it down, pitch it down. And that becomes your auxiliary track, so you run it in parallel with your original. So yeah, this is obviously going to add more body. So you've turned your bongos into sticks. So yeah, there's obviously other ways you can process percussion, but in the interest of getting the sound unique, there's a couple there, using common plugins that most people have.